أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين أبو القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. أما بعد. السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
We are in the last days of the first 10 or 10 days of the month of Dhul Hijjah, the days that have been highly recommended for worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, seeking forgiveness, doing various ibadat, charity and kindness, generosity, and of course various tasbihats, more emphasizing on the tawheed, whereby the tasbihats begin with La ilaha illallah, there is no God but Allah, and Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, I bear witness that there is no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today is the day of Arafah, and last night I was just looking at the amals of the night of Arafah, and one of the dua which I have come across and which is also recommended to be recited today, but perhaps this dua might not be recited as a part of the amals, because there is a longer dua of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, inshallah, which will be recited and we can follow and see the translation of it. Now this dua which I was reading last night, I thought for today it's only best that I can read out some extracts or some part of the dua to give us the idea what we are asking in this dua. There is a mention of a few of the prophets whereby Allah subhanahu, where they sought help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helped them. So inshallah I will read out this to you, and which again is a lesson for myself and for our audience. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our efforts, inshallah. O Allah, the witness of every secret conversation and the object of every complaint. O Allah, the witness of every secret conversation. So He is the witness. Any conversation we have, He is there as a witness. We cannot deny. And that gives us an understanding that anything when we talk, we have to be careful because He is the witness. And He is going to catch hold of us. Why did you speak such and such thing which I had not allowed you to speak? And the object of every complaint, any complaint that has to be addressed to me, and the knower of every hidden thing. There is nothing which is hidden about which He doesn't know. He knows. And the ultimate aim of every wish. O one who begins with favors on His servants, O generous in forgiving, O one who overlooks, O generous, O one from whom is not hidden the dark night, The dark night, we can't see anything, it's hidden, but for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala it is not hidden. Nor the swirling sea, nor the sky with stars, nor the silent darkness. O one for whom darkness is light. Allah is Noor, as it says, so in darkness, still Allah is light. I beseech you, by the light of your noble countenance, with which you revealed the light to the mountain, and it became pieces. It broke down into pieces, and Prophet Musa fainted and fell down. And by your name, with which you raised the heavens without any pillars. The heavens are raised without any pillars, there is no support. And with which you spread the earth on frozen water. And by your name, the hidden, the treasured, the written, the pure, all this, if you see, which are the high, morals or the sifa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which if you are called with it, you answer, and if you are asked through it, you give. And by your name, the glorified, the holy, the proof, that is a light over every light, and a light from light. Every light gets its light from it. When it reaches the earth splits, and when it reaches the heavens, that is the heavens opens. And when it reaches the throne, it shakes, and by your name through which your angels tremble. And I beseech you, for the sake of Jibrail and Mikael and Israfil, and for the sake of Muhammad, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin, the chosen one, blessings of Allah be on him and his family, and all the prophets and all the angels, and by the name with which Khidr walked on the surface of the water, the way he walked on the streets of the earth, and by your name with which you split the sea for Musa, and you drowned Fir'aun and his people, and you saved Musa, son of Imran, and those who were with him. And by your name with which Musa, son of Imran, called upon you from the right side of Mount Tur, so you answered him and granted him affection from you. And by your name with which Isa, son of Maryam, gave life to the dead, and spoke in the cradle while he was a baby, and cured the blind and the leper with your permission. So nothing is happening without the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And by your name with which the carriers of your throne call upon you, and Jibrail and Mikael and Israfil, and your beloved Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Blessings of Allah be on him and his family, and the angels close to you, and the prophets you sent, and your virtuous servants, from the people of the heavens and the earth, and by your name with which the man of the fish, Hazrat Yunus, called upon you, and which these wordings are in the verse of the Quran, chapter 21, 87. When he left in a rage, thinking that you would not put him to hardship, and he called into the darkness that there is no God but you, glory be to you, surely I am from the wrongdoers. سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين فاستجبنا له ونجيناه من الغم وكذلك ننجي المؤمنين. So you answered him and delivered him from agony. And thus do you deliver the faithful, and by your mighty name with which Dawood called upon you and fell in prostration to you. So you forgave him his fault, and by your name with which Asiya, wife of Pharaoh, called you when she said, My Lord, build for me a house with you in heaven, and deliver me from Pharaoh and his conduct, and deliver me from the wrongdoing lot. So you answered her prayer, and by your name with which Ayub called to you, when affliction overcame him. So you restored his health and gave him back his family, along with others like them, as a mercy from you, and admonition for the devout. And by your name with which Yaqub called to you, so you restored his sight and the light of his eye, Yusuf, and you reunited them, and by your name with which Sulaiman called to you, so you granted him a kingdom that did not behoove anyone after him. No one got such a kingdom than what Hazrat Sulaiman salam got. And by your name with which you made Burak subservient to Muhammad, Allahumma salli ala. Blessings of Allah be on him and his family, as the Almighty said, Glory be to he who carried his servant on a journey at night. Subhanallazi asra bi abdihi layla min al-masjid al-haram ila al-masjid al-aqsa, from the sacred mosque to the furthest mosque. And his word, glory be to he who has disposed this for us, and we by ourselves were no match for it. Indeed, we return to our Lord. And by your name with which Jibreel descended on Muhammad, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Blessings of Allah be on him and his family, and by your name with which Adam called to you, so you forgave him his fault and made him dwell in your garden. And I beseech you for the sake of the mighty Quran and for the sake of Muhammad, the seal of the prophets. And then if we go further, we are asking, O Allah, I beseech you for the sake of that whispered conversation between you and Musa, son of Imran, on top of the mount of Tur Sinai. And I beseech you by your name which you taught the angel of death for taking the souls. So the angel of death doesn't take the soul until he pronounces a certain name which has been given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I beseech you by your name which is written on the leaves of the olive. So the fire humbled itself for that leaf. So you said, O fire, be cold, and said, Ya naru kuni bardam wa salama. And this is mentioned in chapter 21, verse 69. And I beseech you by your name which you wrote on the canopy of majesty and nobility. And a few of the last ones, inshallah, we'll be over with it. O the most powerful of the powerful ones, forgive me the sins that change blessings. Forgive me the sins that bring regret. Forgive me the sins that bring sickness. Forgive me the sins that break the guard against sins. Forgive me the sins that makes the prayers rejected. Forgive me the sins that obstruct the drops from the sky. Forgive me the sins that hasten destruction. Forgive me the sins that attract misfortune. Forgive me the sins that conceal desires. Forgive me the sins that uncover the curtain. Forgive me the sins that no one forgives except you, O Allah, and relieve me of any responsibility to anyone of your creation, and grant for me from my affairs a relief, an opening, and an ease, and let your certainty descend upon my chest, and hope in you upon my heart, until I do not hope from anyone but you. O Allah, protect me and make good my position, and do not humiliate me in difficulty, and guide me, O the best of proofs, and do not leave me to myself in my affairs, and grant me every happiness, and make me turn to my family in success and victory, commended in the world and the hereafter. Surely you have power over all things, and grant me sustenance through your grace, and increase for me the most pleasant of your grace, and employ me in your obedience. O Allah, do not make me from the evil ones, nor from the companions of the fire, and do not deprive me of the company of the righteous, and grant me a pleasant life, and make me die a pleasant death. Join me with the righteous, and grant me the friendship of the prophets in the abode of truthfulness with an omnipotent King. O Allah, for you is all praise on the goodness of your trial and your works, and all praise is for you, for Islam and the following of the way of the Prophet. O Lord, the way you have guided them to your religion and taught them your book, then guide us and teach us. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Rabbana taqabbal minna innaka anta as-sami'ul alim wa tub alayna innaka anta at-tawwabur rahim. Bijahi Muhammadin wa alihi at-tahirin salawatuka alayhim ajma'in. Allahumma salli This is the day of Shahadat of Hazrat Muslim alayhi salatu wasalam. The sponsor of today's Niyaz has requested for this Masai to be recited, and I'm going to do it in Urdu. My apology to those who don't understand. Azadaru, नौम ज़िलहज का दिन है, रोज़े अरफा हज़रत मुस्लिम इब्न अक़ील अलैहिस्सलाम की शहादत का दिन है। हज़रत मुस्लिम अलैहिस्सलाम कूफा में आए थे मौला हुसैन की तरफ से, ताकि लोगों की हिदायत करें। कूफे वालों ने बुलाया था, लेकिन आज वो वक्त आया कि सारे लोग जनाब मुस्लिम से फिर गए। हज़रत मुस्लिम अलैहिस्सलाम अकेले हो गए। कुछ देर के लिए कोई के घर पनाह ली, लेकिन दुश्मनों ने वो घर को घेर लिया। हज़रत मुस्लिम अलैहिस्सलाम को बाहर निकलना पड़ा। अज़ादारों, लड़ते लड़ते, दुश्मनों से लड़ते लड़ते जनाब मुस्लिम बहुत ज़ख्मी हो गए थे, और नातवानी के सबब से एक दीवार के पास बैठ गए। उस वक्त अशकिया चारों तरफ से पत्थर बरसाने लगे और कोठों पर से आग फेंकने लगे। हज़रत मुस्लिम लड़ते लड़ते एक गड़ा में घिर पड़े। आपको गिरफ्तार किया गया। अल-मुख्तसर, आपने चंद वसीयतें की, उसके बाद आपको कोठे के ऊपर ले गए और ज़ेरे तलवार गर्दन झुकाए हुए बैठे थे। ارے آپ کو کبھی آقا مولا حسین کا خیال آتا ہوگا، کبھی چھوٹے چھوٹے بچے یاد آتے ہوں گے، ہائے پھر غریب مسلم کو کوٹھے سے زمین پر گرایا، جس سے آپ کی ہڈیاں چور چور ہو گئی، کچھ جان باقی تھی، اس عرصے میں غریب مسلم کا سر کاٹا گیا، اس پر اکتفا نہ کی بلکہ مسلم کے پیروں میں رسیاں باندھ کر بازار کوفے کی گلیوں میں پھرانے لگے۔ میں عرض کرتا ہوں کہ اے حسین کے ایلچی، تمہاری لاش کے ساتھ یہ سلوک کیا گیا، مگر کربلا میں آپ کے آقا کی لاش کے اوپر گھوڑے دوڑائے گئے اور فرزند ساقیے کوثر کا کچھ لحاظ نہ کیا۔ سلام ہو ہمارا اس غریب مسلم کی لاش پر کہ جو کوٹھے سے گرائی گئی۔ اللہ لعنت اللہ علی القوم الظالمین، وسيعلم الذين ظلموا آل بیت محمد